Can the witness please state her name and spell her last name for the record?
Before she does that, this is David Marcus, and I just wanted to introduce her and make a brief statement. So members of the committee, on my advice, Ghislaine Maxwell will respectfully invoke her Fifth Amendment right to silence and decline to answer questions today, even though she would very much like to answer your questions. She must remain silent because Ms. Maxwell has a habeas petition currently pending that demonstrates her conviction rests on a fundamentally unfair trial. For example, jurors lied during voir dire to secure seats on the jury, and the government promised immunity and then broke that promise. Newly discovered documents now demonstrate these facts conclusively. If this committee and the American public truly want to hear the unfiltered truth about what happened, there is a straightforward path. Ms. Maxwell is prepared to speak fully and honestly if granted clemency by President Trump. Only she can provide a complete account, and some may not like what they hear, but the truth matters. For example, both President Trump and President Clinton are innocent of any wrongdoing. Ms. Maxwell alone can explain why, and the public is entitled to hear that explanation. Thank you, members of the committee, for having us today. Ms. Maxwell can now proceed to answer her questions with the Fifth Amendment. Thank you.
This is a significant legal and strategic move that warrants explanation, especially given the high-profile nature of the case and the serious allegations involved. Ghislaine Maxwell's decision to seek the protection of her Fifth Amendment rights stems from her desire to avoid self-incrimination. The Fifth Amendment to the United States Constitution guarantees individuals the right to refuse to answer questions or provide testimony that might incriminate them. In the context of her case, Maxwell faced multiple serious allegations, including aiding Epstein in trafficking minors, participating in criminal schemes, and being complicit in the abuse of young girls. When Maxwell was called to testify before authorities or during her trial, her legal team advised her to invoke this constitutional right. By doing so, she aimed to prevent the government from forcing her to provide answers that could be used against her in criminal proceedings. This is a common legal tactic used by defendants and witnesses in complex or high-stakes cases, where the risk of self-incrimination is substantial.
You are required by law to answer questions from Congress truthfully. This also applies to questions posed by congressional staff in this deposition. Do you understand?
I do.
If at any time you knowingly make false statements, you could be subject to criminal prosecution, including but not limited to perjury. Do you understand?
I do.
This includes both knowingly providing false testimony, but also stating that you do not recall or remember something when in fact you do. Do you understand?
I do.
Furthermore, you cannot tell half-truths or exclude information necessary to make statements accurate. You are required to provide all information that would make your response truthful. A deliberate failure to disclose information can constitute as a false statement. Do you understand?
I do.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly declare and affirm under the penalty of perjury that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Ms. Maxwell, were you a close friend and confidant of Jeffrey Epstein?
I would like to answer your question, but on the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer this question and any related questions. My habeas petition is pending in the Southern District of New York. I therefore invoke my right to silence under the Fifth Amendment to the U.S. Constitution.
Moreover, Maxwell has requested clemency from the president to speak publicly or answer questions. Her legal team has indicated that she would be willing to cooperate if granted immunity or clemency. This suggests that her refusal to answer under oath during the hearings is a calculated move to protect herself from admissions that could be used against her in criminal proceedings. Her decision also aligns with her pending habeas corpus petition, which aims for a new trial or release. Her attorneys argue that answering questions now could negatively impact her legal case, potentially exposing her to additional charges or jeopardizing her current legal standing. In summary, Ghislaine Maxwell's use of the Fifth Amendment appears to be a strategic effort to prevent self-incrimination and protect herself legally. As a co-conspirator to Epstein, her silence raises suspicions about her potential involvement in the crime she's accused of and underscores the complexity and seriousness of the ongoing investigations. Her actions indicate a desire to avoid further exposure, and possibly a hope that her legal situation might improve if she remains silent for now. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for news on politics and entertainment.